Whether in cinemas or on streaming, movies have given us a lot to laugh about this year. From a raunchy appendage-related musical to a violently pink and gleefully wild narrative about much more than a children's toy, here are 5 must-see comedies from 2023. Number 5, Bottoms.
Excuse me, could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Guess that's you guys.
This was a stupendous year for queer comedy. The Bears' breakout girl, Io Adebari, teamed with Shiva Baby's director, Emma Seligman, and scorching star, Rachel Sennott, for a teen comedy that both paid tribute to the genre and gleefully dragged it to filth. Desperate to catch the eye of the cheerleaders they're crushing on, ugly and untalented gays Josie and PJ concoct a lie about being bad girls, the kind who go to juvie and learn to brawl. And one good lie leads to a violent after-school activity, which leads to homemade explosives, sloppy sexcapades, and the most bizarre scene involving pineapple juice you'll ever see. But that's not all. With a wicked wit, Bottoms not only roasts the supposed glory days of teendom, but also takes shots at rape culture, pushes queer lust to awkward and relatably so places, and brings on the blood. This comedy went so hard, it not only had critics raving, it had audiences cheering out of its South by Southwest premiere, and ever since. Number 4, Barbie. Frankly, the promotional journey for Barbie was so full of pink, so joyful, so fun, that would have been enough. The movie could have been a silly trifle, and we'd likely have been pleased. But writer-director Greta Gerwig brought us the universally heralded coming-of-age comedy Lady Bird, and then the rapturous reimagining of Little Women. Her Barbie wasn't going to stop at playful. Instead, it parodied the patriarchy with horses, Stallone-inspired fashion, and a rousing dream ballet fueled by an actual banger, I'm Just Ken. Margot Robbie was picture perfect as Barbie, who realizes the world is much bigger than the dreamhouse-dotted Barbie land. Ryan Gosling could win a rare comedy Oscar for his delightfully deranged take on the insecure man doll who couldn't cope, and so turned to conquering. Napoleon relates. While detractors have argued the film's girl power messaging is simplistic, it's hard to deny that Gerwig did more with this IP than we could have dreamed. Sure, Barbie is a glossy toy commercial, but it's a glossy toy commercial that not only has something to say, but does so through spectacular filmmaking that folds in eye-popping practical effects, enthralling details, discontinued dolls, and jokes that were way outside the box. From Weird Barbie to that on-point Pride and Prejudice miniseries name drop, Barbie had us so giddy that we felt like kids again. 3, Saltburn. Critics have been polarized over this talented Mr. Ripley-like tale of class conflict, sex, and obsession. But here at Mashable, we're in love with Emerald Fennell's wickedly funny offering. It's got everything. Rosamund Pike delivering some of the most hilariously withering lines of the year, Jacob Elordi as the portrait of blasé, hot privilege, Carey Mulligan as Richard E. Grant in a small but salty supporting turn, and Barry Keoghan bearing it all as a ruthless social climber. Plus, a lampooning look at aughts fashion and a killer soundtrack to boot. Full of sick twists and jaw-dropping jokes, this comedic erotic thriller is a deliciously nasty romp that is bursting with lust, lies, and laughs, the kind edged with a dark snarl. If loving a movie this willfully seedy, boldly savage, and smoking hot, and unnervingly sensational is wrong, then being right is boring. Number 2, Dix the Musical. Sometimes a movie comes along that is so completely outrageous that it feels like a miracle it exists at all. Dix the Musical is such a treasure. Writers, actors, homosexuals, Josh Sharp and Aaron Jackson translated Fucking Identical Twins, a 2-man comedy musical once staged in the basement of Christie's, into a movie musical that is not only beyond bonkers, but also features such big stars as Nathan Lane, Megan Mullally, and Megan Thee Stallion. Imagine The Parent Trap as a scorching satire of queer culture and homophobic fears, and you'll get some idea of what's in store. It's not just musical numbers about the joys of putting alpha males in their place, or the madcap chaos of Mullally's ad-libs, or even national treasure Nathan Lane spitting ham at his beloved sewer boys. It's also got Bowen Yang as God, and a finale number that is as joyous as it is absolutely iconoclastic. In a year peppered with superb comedies, nothing made us laugh as hard or loud or long as Dix the Musical. Number 1, Poor Things. One of our most anticipated movies of the year, Poor Things met our sky-high expectations with its Frankenstein makeover, full of whimsy, wonder, weirdness, and unapologetic horniness. Based on Alasdair Gray's 1992 novel of the same name, Poor Things' resurrected corpse is the beguiling Bella Baxter, played by Emma Stone, who has a grown woman's body, a child's mind, and a ravenous desire to know the world. This makes her more than a mad scientist father figure Willem Dafoe can handle. So, off she goes on a globe-trekking fling with a devil-may-care but hot-as-hell rogue played by Mark Ruffalo with a winsome gusto. Oh. Helmed by the same creative team that brought us The Favorite, with writer Tony McNamara and director Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things is mercilessly witty while unfurling a tale of human discovery and inhumane realities. A behind-the-scenes team of remarkable artists fills every frame with something beautiful and repulsive. Be it costumes whose colors refer to gross anatomy or set designs that are comically phallic, Poor Things is an awe-striking visual feast that satisfies the eyes, tantalizes the loins, and feeds the soul.